PCCOE has become the first engineering college to impart education, engineering education in a regional language. We are successfully running a BTech course in computer engineering in regional language, Marathi, since 3 years. Now the students have entered into their final year. This program has been successfully run among all the programs which are being run at the national level. PCCOE is recognized by Scientific and Industrial Research Organization, CSIRO, of Department of Science and Technology. Its effect is, this recognition enabled research funding to us. Nearly 27 lakhs of research funding we have received in its earlier cycle of CSIRO recognition. Now we have received CSIRO recognition in a renewed cycle. We award incentives to our faculty members and students for publication. Under the leadership of our two general chairs, now about the conference. Under the leadership of our two general chairs, Dr. Mrs. Roshni Raut of ICCUBEA 2024 and Dr. Praveen Kale of i-MACE 2024, a team of nearly 200 faculty members worked relentlessly to bring the dream of conference organization into reality. I appreciate and acknowledge their motivation and efforts here. Our team of volunteers will always be happy to assist you in the coming 2 days. I express my gratitude to IEEE Pune section for their staunch support for the 8th time as a co-organizer of this conference. PCCOE looks forward for a similar gesture in future, sir. I assure to stand to the expectations of IEEE in coming years. I also take this opportunity to express my gratitude to all the trustees of Pimpri Chinchwad Education Trust for their perpetual and robust support. I also thank all plenary speakers, international resource persons, as well as participants for sparing their time to visit India and PCCOE for the conference. Your presence here is a great inspiration for us. Hope our association takes a concrete shape and strength in the future. I am sure about outcome of the conference, and the output of the conference will be mutually beneficial. Pune is a pleasant city. Now the atmosphere, now the climate in Pune is pleasant, and it was regarded as Oxford of East. Hope you enjoy climate of Pune and our hospitality. Please feel free to give your valuable feedback for our improvement in the versions of the conferences to come in the future. Let us come together. Let us work together. Let us grow together and make this world a better place to live. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. It is now my distinct pleasure to invite Dr. Roshni Raut, General Chair, ICCUBEA 2024, to provide us with an in-depth look at the conference background and significance, highlighting its journey, core objectives, and impact. Please, ma'am.
Good morning, all. On behalf of organizing team of ICCUBEA 2024, it is my honor to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed chief guest, Honorable Dr. Sunil Bhagwat, Director of Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, Pune. I'm equally privileged to welcome our distinguished guest of honor, Honorable Dr. Pradeep Kumar Sinha, Founding Vice Chancellor, Director, IIIT Raipur. A warm welcome to Dr. Amar Buchare, Vice Chair, IEEE Pune Section, Dr. Nilanjan De, a renowned author and distinguished researcher, Honorable Dr. Govindan Kulkarni, sir, Director, PCCOE, Dr. N.B. Chopre, sir, Deputy Director, PCCOE, Dr. Praveen Kale, sir, General Chair, i-MACE 2024. A warm welcome to all our dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, delegates, and especially our technical sponsors, the IEEE Pune Section and IEEE Signal Processing Society. A special welcome to all the participants, presenters, of the 8th IEEE International Conference on Computing, Communication, Control and Automation, ICCUBEA 2024, whose contribution has been invaluable in making this conference possible. ICCUBEA 2024 is organized by PCET's Pimpri Chinchwad College of Engineering and is technically sponsored by IEEE Pune section and IEEE Signal Processing Society, and this conference is approved by IEEE to be conducted in physical mode. ICCUBEA 2024, scheduled on 23rd and 24th of August 2024, which aims to unite researchers, academicians, and industry experts on an international stage, providing a platform for sharing technological advancements, innovations, and achievements in computing, communication, control, and automation. Our journey for ICCUBEA 2024 began in September 2023 with the IEEE Pune section and IEEE Signal Processing Society graciously agreeing to be our technical partner. The first call of paper was on March 30th, and due to the overwhelming interest of authors, we extended the submission deadline till May 31st, 2024. We received research papers across 11 diverse tracks, including signal and image processing, robotics control and automation, power systems and renewable energy, wireless and embedded system, data science and big data analytics, Internet of Things and computer network, cognitive computing and machine learning, information, cyber and network security. Additionally, we invited proposals for special sessions, and we received 12 special session proposals, out of which 4 were selected and will be presented during the conference. These 4 special sessions are on advancing security frontier, exploring trends in intrusion detection system. Second is on advances and innovations in deep learning for real-time systems, recent innovations in artificial intelligence with high-performance computing, and fourth one is on research advancement in information system, AI, and blockchain technology. We are excited to announce that ICCUBEA 2024 received total 1,265 papers throughout India and 4 different countries. There were 565 reviewers who ensured about the quality of papers. After the paper review of the papers, 217 papers were accepted in the conference for presentation. I would like to express my gratitude to our dedicated reviewers and track chairs and technical program chairs who ensured the completion of review process in time. After the conference, we will be submitting all the accepted and presented paper to the IEEE conference proceeding for further process. During these 2 days, we have arranged various plenary sessions and keynotes to all participants. In this afternoon, we have 3 plenary sessions scheduled. First one is on The Bigger the Better by Dr. Nilanjan Dey from Techno International Newtown, Kolkata. Second is on The Power of Data Storytelling by Dr. Mandar Bhattavdekar from TCS. And third is on Social Media, Adolescent Mental Health in the Age of Misinformation by Dr. Bhaskaran Raman from IIT Bombay. Tomorrow on 24th of August, a special session on From Centralized Control to Distributed Ownership, the Evaluation of IP in Web3 will be conducted by Diostreet. The speakers for this session are Mr. Anton and Ms. Kalini. I hope you will find these technical sessions, interactions, and networking opportunities enriching. Once again, I welcome and congratulate all our esteemed participants for their dedication to making genuine and reliable contribution to this technical community. May this 8th IEEE ICCUBEA 2024 challenge and inspire you, leading to new knowledge, collaboration, and lasting connections. Let us make these 2 days not just about presentations and papers, but about igniting ideas that will shape the future. So I wish you all a productive and enjoyable experience for this 2 days ICCUBEA 2024. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Dr. Raut, for your insightful overview of the history and accomplishments of ICCUBEA. Thank you. Next, I'm pleased to invite Dr. Praveen Kade, General Chair, i-MACE 2024, to present the background and vision of i-MACE. Please, sir.
Good morning, one and all. Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Sunil S. Bhagwat, Director, Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, Pune. Guest of Honor, Dr. Pradeep Kumar Sinha, Founding Vice Chancellor and Director, International Institute of Information Technology, Naya Raipur. Mr. Amar Buchade, Vice Chancellor, IEEE, Pune Section. PCCOE Director, Dr. Govind N. Kulkarni, Deputy Director, Nilkant Chopde. Distinguished guest of the dais, my esteemed colleagues, scholars, friends, and participants. It's my immense pleasure to welcome you all on this esteemed international conference, i-MACE 2024, that is Innovation in Mechanical and Civil Engineering. As the General Chair of this conference, I warmly welcome our distinguished guests, esteemed experts, researchers, professionals, and participants who travel from across the globe to share their invaluable knowledge and expertise. Mechanical and civil engineering serves as a foundational pillar of modern society, driving the development of infrastructure and sustain our daily lives and the technologies that drive our economies. This August gathering marks the third international conference, Mechanical and Civil Engineering Conference, centered around the theme of resilient and adaptive smart technologies. The conference features 8 tracks dedicated to mechanical engineering and 5 focus on civil engineering. This year, we are excited to introduce a new track, Indian Knowledge System in Mechanical and Civil Engineering. Following an extensive review process, we have shortlisted around 50 qualitative presentations in the conference. Our goal has always been to provide a platform where creativity and opportunity converge, fostering the exchange of ideas that lead to actionable outcomes. In this spirit, we have thoughtfully organized expert talks and seminars that will challenge your intellect and inspire creativity. These sessions ensure that every participant has the opportunity to learn, grow, and contribute across diverse range of topics. Whether it's advances in sustainable construction, sustainable energy solutions, smart materials, or cutting-edge mechanical system, the research presented here will push the boundaries of what is possible. This conference offers a unique platform to showcase pioneering research and forge collaboration that will expand the boundaries of possibility. We are living in an era of swift change and multifaceted challenges. Issues like climate change, urbanization, and demand for sustainable development require innovative solutions. As engineers, we stand at the forefront, leading the charge in crafting these essential solutions. The mechanical and civil engineering innovations we explore during this conference are crucial to address these global challenges. They represent not only technological achievements, but also our dedication to enhance the quality of life of people around us. Over the next 2 days, we witness the convergences of brilliant minds in the country, students, professionals, and experts coming together to share knowledge and showcase their innovation. I encourage all participants to engage actively in the sessions, discussions, and networking opportunities this conference offers. True innovation occurs via exchanging ideas and collaboration across disciplines and cultures. Let us use this platform to challenge each other, think creatively, and push the boundaries of our knowledge. In closing, I want to express my enthusiasm for the days ahead. The diverse range of themes, the quality of research, and unwavering passion of the participants all points in this conference being a truly landmark event. Let's work together to make this resounding success. With great excitement and anticipation, I now officially declare the Global Technological Gathering open. May this forum be a place where innovation meets inspiration and the seeds of tomorrow's engineering marvels are planted. Thank you all for being here, and I wish you a productive and successful conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for the comprehensive overview of i-MACE and its contributions to the field. I now invite all our distinguished guests and dignitaries on dais to join us for the release of souvenir for ICCUBEA 2024 conference proceedings. Can we have the souvenir, please? This souvenir is a spatial compilation that captures the essence of this year's conference, including the key highlights, research contributions, and memorable events. It serves as a testament to the hard work and dedication of everyone involved. Can we have a huge round of applause, please? Thank you so much, dignitaries. Following this, I once again request our esteemed dignitaries to kindly unveil the souvenir for i-MACE 2024 conference proceedings. This conference represents the culmination of extensive research and discussions in the field. Please. These souvenirs not only commemorate the achievements of the conference, but also provides valuable insights into the cutting-edge developments discussed and collaborative efforts made by the research community. Thank you so much. Today, we feel privileged to have with us Professor Dr. Amar Bhuchare, IEEE Senior Member and Vice Chair of IEEE Pune Section. Sir has been active member of IEEE since 2006, serving in various volunteer roles, including Secretary and Treasurer of IEEE Pune Section. He was also the chair of IEEE Pune Section SIGHT Group. Currently, he is Associate Professor at Vishwakarma Institute of Information Technology, Pune. Sir was honored with the IEEE Outstanding Branch Counselor and Branch Chapter Advisor Award in 2021 for his dedication and commitment to the advancing educational initiatives within the Institute. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Amar Bhuchare to address us. Please, sir.
Thank you for giving me honor. So good morning all, the dignitaries on the dais, Dr. Govind Kulkarni sir, Director PCCOE, Dr. N.B. Chopade sir, Deputy Director PCCOE, Honorable Chief Guest Dr. Sunil Bhagwat sir, Director ICCUBEA Pune, Honorable Guest of Honor, my teacher, past chair IEEE Pune section, Dr. P.K. Sinha sir, founding Vice Chancellor and Director, IIIT Naya Raipur. Dr. Roshni Raut, Conference Chair, ICCUBEA 2024. Then Dr. Praveen Kale sir, General Chair, i-MACE, and all team members, colleagues, participants of this conference. So I would like to inform you that when this conference is started in 2015, respected Dr. P.K. Sinha sir was a chair of IEEE Pune section. Yes. So first of all, IEEE Pune section and IEEE Signal Processing Society Pune chapter congratulates and appreciate management and director of this institute to organize this 8th International Conference on Computing, Communication, Control and Automation in offline mode with the aim to bring together all the researchers, academicians, industry people together on the same or one platform in person. I am seeing the progress of this conference from first to this 8th conference. The conference is well known, established conference, and thus got huge response in terms of research paper submissions. So yesterday I was realizing, so there is ICCUBEA, so what is the meaning of B? So later on I realized that there is a cube which has 3 dimensions, that is computing, communication and control. So which has really significance in this era and society. So you can relate this computing means processing of data, algorithms, analysis of data. You can relate computing as edge computing, cloud computing, quantum computing, brain computing, etc. Communication, which enables the transfer of data between devices, systems, people, and making it possible to work together seamlessly. For example, communication protocols such as HTTP, TCP, UDP, RPC, ARP, ICMP, IoT, 5G and beyond, etc. Control refers to systems and algorithms that regulates the behavior of devices, processes, and people that ensures that operate as needed. For example, self-driving cars, drones, robots, etc. Automation, so obviously it involves the technology to perform tasks without human intervention, which is required for 3 dimensions, that is computing, communication, and control. For example, robotic process automation, AI-driven automation. So you can relate this example like users through applications are transferring data in cloud computing environment. So here, so users are as the users are transferring data, so there is a minimal control. So control is coming over the data. So obviously how the control is achieved? The control is achieved through the use of cryptography approach. So obviously automation as the cloud can be used for AI deep learning mainly. So obviously automation is playing important role. Then for monitoring purpose also this automation is really, really helpful. So regarding IEEE Pune section, so IEEE is non-profit, volunteering and technical organization. The theme of IEEE is advancing technology for humanity. Regarding IEEE Pune section, it is established in the year 2010. So we are having 32 executive committee members from academia, industry with vast experience. The section includes 17 technical society chapters, APS, that is antenna propagation, AESS, aerospace, computational intelligence, AI, neural network, computer, all technology, consumer technology, that is consumer devices, IoT, EMC, electromagnetic, EM-based, medical and biology, communication, education, signal processing, industrial electronics, instrumentation and measurement, MTTS, microwave theory and technology society, PS Power Energy Society, Robotics and Automation Society, TEMS Technology and Engineering Society, IS Industry Application Society. This conference is technically sponsored by IEEE Pune section and Signal Processing Society Pune chapter, chaired by Dr. Varsha Harpare Madam. Each society organizes many technical activities that benefits to the students, members, faculty members, so there are many opportunities to work with us. IEEE Pune section includes 3 affinity groups: Women in Engineering, Young Professionals, and Life Members Affinity Group. There are 4 special interest groups such as SIG on Healthcare, SIG on Affordable Agriculture, SIG on Smart City, SIG on Energy and Environmental Engineering. We have 2 council chapters such as Sensor Council, System Council. We have educational activities, Member Development Committee, and Industry Relations Committee, as well as Conference Committee. We have flagship event like Eureka, where our students goes to urban and rural schools, teach the technology to the students. We have flagship conference, that is IEEE PuneCon, which usually held in the month of December. So if you see, IEEE is a sea through which we can get tremendous knowledge, experience, and skill through this platform. IEEE Pune section is one of the authority for approving conferences. So from the section, the August month is reserved for this well-established conference. Once again, we are very thankful and best wishes for successful conduction of this conference, and we'll always support this conference and next year's ICCUBEA conference. So thanks for giving me opportunity to talk in front of wonderful participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It is an honor to introduce Dr. Pradeep Kumar Sinha, the founding Vice Chancellor and Director of the International Institute of Information Technology, NEA Raipur. He is an educationist, researcher, scientist, innovator, and internationally acclaimed author of computer textbooks for more than 35 years of professional experience. Earlier, he was with the Center for Development of Advanced Computing, CDAC, where he led national programs in high-performance computing, grid computing, and health informatics. Dr. Sinha has significantly contributed to advancing science, technology, and technical education. His contributions include premier academic institutions, HPC Systems Facility, Healthcare Product and Solutions, international patents, many technical papers, and 6 books in the area of computer science and engineering. Universities across the globe cite his books as textbooks for their courses. His books has been translated into local languages like Japanese and Hindi on public demand. Dr. Sinha's commitment to the growth of technical education is evident in his role as the founding Vice Chancellor and Director of IIIT NEA Raipur. Dr. Sinha is a Fellow of IEEE, a Fellow of the Asia Pacific Artificial Intelligence Association, a Fellow of the Computer Society of Education, and an ACM Distinguished Engineer. He has also received several other awards and recognitions, including the 2011 Vasvik Research Award and the 2013 Intel Pathfounder Award. I humbly request Dr. Pradeep Kumar Sinha to please address the audience. Thank you, sir.
A very good morning to everyone present here today. for this inaugural session of this important technical meet. Honorable Professor Sunil Bhagwat, Director ICER Pune, Dr. Amar Bujre, Vice Chair IEEE Pune Section, Dr. Govind Kulkarni, Director of this esteemed university and institute, and all his colleagues who have, and the organizers of this conference, who have actually brought this day for which we have gathered here together. My dear participants from India and abroad, I can see there are foreign participants also present here because we are actually having an international conference. Faculty members, staff members, and my dear students. I love students. Okay. So it's an honor and privilege to be back here on this stage in this institute. Okay, I have been associated with this institute very, very closely. Okay, for the last many years before I moved actually out of Pune in 2015 to take up a challenging assignment given by the government of India to set up a new IIIT in a new state, Chhattisgarh. Okay. It was a challenge, but let me tell you, I love challenges. Okay, many of you know that. And I'm proud that we did a reasonably good job, and I was given a second term. Okay, to continue to be the director of IIIT. I just completed my terms there, and my earlier actually initial idea was to settle back in Pune, and hence I'm back. I don't know how the organizers of this conference located that I'm back, because I'm just back. Okay. It's hardly a few months since I'm back in Pune. I had not told to anyone that I'm back. I'm still taking some time to actually get settled back. But somehow they came to know that Dr. Sinha is back. Okay. And it will be nice to have him here. So I'm thankful, Dr. Roshni. The reason being, I'm so happy and glad for this invitation. The reason being two, one, I've already told that because of my close association with this institute. The second one was, as Dr. Amar just now mentioned, the first conference, as you see, this is the eighth in the series, eighth international conference, okay, in the series. And when the first one was actually put up for approval, there is an approval process in IEEE. Okay, the IEEE does not put it stamp just like that. You can't call it an IEEE conference. Okay, so there is an approval process through which conferences, which are called IEEE conferences, they go through, and the approval process is quite stringent. It's not easy, okay, because you have to meet certain standards, X, Y, Z, and all. So when the first version of it was actually put up, okay, let me tell you that I was the chairman of IEEE Pune section, and we were debating a lot, okay, about this, and finally looking into the stature of the institute and the enthusiasm the young scientists and engineers were having, we told we have to give a go-ahead to this conference. I'm so happy that it did not die out, okay, but it has now reached the 8th version today. Okay, that's the beauty. So it gives me also a lot of satisfaction that something which I actually put hands on, okay, and approved, okay, it is moving stronger and stronger and giving better actually help to the society, okay, because conferences, as you know, are a place where actually innovations nurture, okay, where people come together to discuss about future, okay, what is going to happen in the future, okay, where we are today and how we are going to move ahead. Okay, so I'm so happy that the organizers, it has passed from one hand to another, okay, and the organizers actually have taken it forward to a stage where today we are at the 8th International Conference. I was associated with the first one, and I'm happy that I'm back and associated with the 8th one. Now, another thing, I was very surprised and happy that we are not actually, today we are conducting it along with yet another very important technical event, i-MACE 2024. Professor Kale just now briefed about it, and it's the third in the series. I was not aware of this. Okay, and we are talking about automation in mechanical and civil engineering. Okay, now let me tell you that over the years, everyone has realized, okay, including the India government, all academic institutes, industries and all, that this is an era of multidisciplinary activities. Okay, individuals or individual disciplines cannot actually carry out meaningful innovation and research, okay, unless they join hands with other disciplines. So multidisciplinary actually is the mantra of the current era, and I'm happy that under the leadership of Professor Kulkarni, okay, it is actually visibly happening here. Okay, we have to see that people talk about it. Okay, I've seen a lot of people talking about so many things, and but not doing. Okay, the fortunate thing, I'm so happy, and I will actually do pranam to Professor Kulkarni, that he's making these things happen now. Okay, he also talked about NEP 2020, which is promoting multidisciplinary research and education. And they have already taken a step. I was surprised, okay, that it is already happening, that one of the NEP 20 actually agenda of imparting education in local languages is happening here now, actually, and it's happening not immediately. The 3 years have passed, and the final batch is to graduate. Okay, today actually I was escorted by Professor Vinay, okay, and he mentioned that he is actually a faculty in that department. I was so thrilled that such innovative things are being implemented. Okay, we are still talking at many places, including at IIIT near Raipur, I'm telling you, my institute. We have been discussing kaise karna hai, kya karna, how we have to do, how we should go ahead. But I'm so happy that they have done it. Okay, and it's surprising that they have done it 3 years ago. Okay, right when NEP actually launched this idea that we have to impart education in local languages if we are actually trying to educate the larger community, okay, encompassing everyone. Okay. Now, coming to this theme of the conference, let me tell you that it is very topical, okay, not from today, but from actually right from the early days, okay. The reason being, we have seen the fastest transforming era in the mankind, okay. So ever since human beings have been existing on this earth, we have not seen the world changing so fast. And the world is changing so fast that for many of us it is becoming very difficult to adopt, okay, to the changes. We are actually puzzled for many things that we are encountering today and how to do it, how to, for example, for people of our age, okay, I'm not talking of the generation, new generation, we still find it very difficult to do many things online, okay, online shopping, online booking, online XYZ, okay, of course the younger generation is very adept at this, but, okay, our generation is still trying to actually adapt to these things, okay, and become comfortable. So what I'm actually telling is the last 2 decades, we have seen that 2-3 decades, the way the world has transformed, okay, it is one of the fastest transformations that has happened in the era of, we have seen green revolution, we have seen white revolution happening and many other revolutions. Okay, but the world has not changed as fast as in the IT revolution. Okay, the information technology revolution has changed the world at such a pace that many of us or mankind had never seen. Now let me tell you, young boys and girls sitting at the back and the faculty members and others sitting here, that although we call it a very fast transformation, a faster transformation is happening now and is yet to come. Okay, so let's get geared up for that. Okay, the transformation, yes, it has happened, but let me warn you that the transformation and the pace which it has happened is not the fastest. A faster transformation is down the line. And why it is coming? Because the era of internet is over. Okay, internet brought the major transformations that we see in the information technology area. But the era of IoT is coming. Okay, Internet of Things is coming, where a lot of automation is happening. Professor Bhagwat, I know he will be actually sharing a lot of very valuable inputs onto automation in control systems and other things. But the world is getting automated. Okay, and this automation is happening because of IoT. Okay, all that artificial intelligence, X, Y, Z that we actually hear that it is happening today is because we have smart objects everywhere. Okay, the world is getting smart. Okay, whether we actually tell anything or not, the world is capturing all the information, all the data automatically. Now you can understand that now everything is actually being fed to the internet on its own. Okay, without human being feeding anything. In the internet, we used to feed manually the data. But in the new era, the smart objects, okay, which are being deployed everywhere, we are talking of huge transformations like driverless vehicles, okay, bankless, okay, no banks will exist in the coming future. Okay, these are the, we are going with personalized medicines. Okay, like we go to doctors today and they give us medicines based on the theory of general medicines. Okay, but the era of genomics is coming, where actually human beings will carry their genomic structure on the smart cards. And when we go to the doctor will first ask for give you a genomic card. Okay, and when we go to when he reads with the reader, okay, he or she will understand that this person's genomic structure is this, and this medicine will work fastest on this person. So that era is not very far. We have been working in CDAC to bring that, to make that era realistic. Okay, and I'm telling you, we were working on human genomics projects, okay, and we were actually creating virtual human beings on supercomputers, okay. We used to have thousands of virtual human beings. The genomic structures were stored in the systems, and we used to actually work, okay, what will work for which virtual human beings. And that will be later on transformed to real human beings. Now this is what is going to happen. And let me tell you, boys and girls sitting actually at the back, okay, that it's actually you who are going to drive this. Okay, you are the drivers. So actually tighten your belts. Get ready for the amazing world that is going to be there in front of us. Now, before I conclude, I will also like to urge and appeal to all the young boys and girls sitting in this hall today that fortunately India has been the leader in information technology. Okay, and I am not telling this standing here, it's the world who has recognized this. Okay, if you actually just browse through and remember, okay, we have Satya Nadella leading Microsoft. We have Sundar Pichai leading Google. Now, this is not by chance. This is because we have proven, okay, that in the IT, information technology, which is a knowledge-based industry, Indians have something in them, okay, which proves that they are the best, okay. Now, the IT is going to drive the world in the future. And I urge to the younger Indians, younger generation, that please tighten your belt to see that we have been proven and we have proved that in the last 2-3 decades that Indians are the best. Let's continue to be the best in the future, and you are going to prove that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, sir, for your kind words of appreciation for the conference and motivating our budding technocrats to gear up for the upcoming technological transformations ahead. Thank you once again. We feel extremely privileged to now welcome Professor Sunil Bhagwat, Director, Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, IISER Pune, to this esteemed gathering. Dr. Bhagwat is a distinguished professor of chemical engineering at Institute of Chemical Technology, ICT, where he formerly served as Head of Department of Chemical Engineering and Dean of Academic Programs. His expertise spans across interfacial science, artificial neural network, energy, and exergy engineering. With a research group comprising over 45 doctoral and 85 master's students, Professor Bhagwat has led numerous groundbreaking projects, both funded by government and private agencies. His remarkable contributions have earned prestigious accolades like NOCIL Award for the Indian Institute of Chemical Engineers in 2012 and Bri-Air Asia Award for HVAC in 2013. Professor Bhagwat has been honored with the Best Teacher Award at ICT several times, along with the Indian National Science Academy Teacher Award in 2016. In 2019, he received the UDCT Alumni Association's Distinguished Alumnus Award in the academic category. Further solidifying his stature as a leader in the field, he was honored with the Indian Chemical Council's K.V. Mariwala Award for Chemical Industry Academia Partnership in 2022 and was elected as a Fellow of the Indian National Academy of Engineering in 2023. Professor Bhagwat is an active consultant to many chemical industries and boasts an impressive record of over 100 international publications, 80 plus national and international conference presentations, and 10 patents to his credit. So let's hear a thunderous round of applause as I now invite our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Bhagwat, to share his insights and expertise. Please, sir.
Thank you for that nice introduction. Dr. Sinha, Dr. Kulkarni, Dr. Chopde, Dr. Kale and Dr. Raut, organizers of the conference, faculty members of the PCCOE, various distinguished participants from within the country and outside the country as well, the volunteers who have worked hard to make this event possible but are invisible somewhere behind, and of course the eager students who have come here to witness an enriching 2 days through i-MACE and ICCUBEA. Very good morning to you all. It's indeed a pleasure to be at a conference like this and to know that somebody like Dr. Sinha, who was involved in the first one and now gets to see the fruition of that conference into a bigger child. It's really a pleasure to watch, sir. And somebody mentioned about think and working. They say that action without thought is blind. Thought without action is empty. In this line, there is one other statement which is not very praiseworthy for we teachers, but let me still mention it so that those of us who are not in the action mode will be galvanized towards it. It is very derogatively said about teachers, really speaking, that those who can do and those who can't teach. So not that I agree with it, but it's something to keep in mind that that should not be the opinion people have about we teachers, and we should be involved in doing as much as in teaching. You mentioned, sir, that Pune was considered the Oxford of the East. But let me also tell the audience that even beyond that, Pune at one point of time was the capital of the country. For almost the entire 18th century, the political capital of the country was Pune. And even after Britishers came, the East India Company had its headquarters in Kolkata, and when it was the British government which was supposed to take over, they indeed weighed the options of having the capital in Pune or in Delhi. The final decision went in favor of Delhi, that we all know, but Pune was very much into consideration even as the political capital. So it's very great pleasure to be in this city of that stature. I am not from the field of mechanical engineering or civil engineering or computer engineering, but I come from chemical engineering and chemistry. So I'm going to give some examples which should inspire the young mind, and it should tell us why we should do whatever we do. Man has overcome challenges faced by mankind through mainly its intelligence. No other animal has that kind of intelligence. No other animals has divided countries into Malaysia, India, and whatever countries we see. It's only human beings. And that is solely because of the brain that we have. If we don't use it, the difference will become less and less between animals and us. So we have to make sure that we use our brain in every possible way to solve whatever difficulties that we face, whatever challenges that are thrown to us by nature. And mankind indeed has been doing that. Had it not been so, the human beings population is the only animal population which has been growing since probably the last several thousand years compared to any other animal population which we hear of nearing extinction. But what it also means is that the population at the time of Gautam Buddha in the entire world was exceeded by India by the time of probably 1000 AD. And the world's population in 1000 AD was exceeded just by India by the time of Battle of Plassey or Battle of Panipat. And the world population at that time was exceeded by just India by the time we gained independence from the British in 1947. And which means the problems of that time and problems of this time are going to be very different. When 1000 or 2000 years ago, all the mechanical work could be done through animal muscles. Maybe few more 1000 years ago, it was mainly human muscles that were enough to do the work. But it was necessary to find something else. And then came Newcomen, then came James Watt. We have the steam engine, we have the Industrial Revolution, which changed the way mechanical work was done. If you look at write-ups around the turn of the last century, beginning of 1900, there were articles written how the land under cultivation, which could be brought under cultivation, it has reached an upper limit. No more deforestation is possible. And the food that the world was making would be insufficient for the population, predicting that in a couple of decades, the world will have huge starvation deaths. Indeed, in our country, the century before that, we have witnessed huge starvation deaths. The 1919 Bengal famine, even more recent than that. And the world was expecting that to happen throughout the world. But we know today's world population compared to 1900 is easily 7, 8, 10 times perhaps. And we don't face starvation deaths because of shortage of food. That became possible because of one invention which was not related to the food problem at all. That invention was driven, as usually it happens in the world, by a war. Wars drive a lot of inventions because a lot of money gets poured into research, and the developments made during the wartime then become very useful subsequently even in peacetime. And the development that I am talking about is a chemist, Fritz Haber, did something in the laboratory where he could convert nitrogen and hydrogen into ammonia. Now, what difference would it make to the world? Except that, of course, the Germans at that time required to make bombs, and trinitrotoluene requires nitric acid, which requires ammonia, and the chili saltpeter, the sodium nitrate ores, were not distributed uniformly throughout the world, and they didn't have that. And if we are at war with Pakistan and Pakistan has that ore, they are not going to sell it to us to make the bombs to bomb them, right? Same thing happened with Germany, and they required synthetic ammonia for that purpose. And Fritz Haber made synthetic ammonia in the laboratory, and very quickly Karl Bosch, a chemical engineer, converted that laboratory material into a manufacturing process at hundreds of atmosphere pressure for the first time in the world, and world got synthetic ammonia. But still that was not related to the food. Very soon after the First World War, it was realized that why the land doesn't produce as much food as it can was because of the shortage of the nutrients, and major micronutrient, it's no longer considered a micronutrient, major nutrient being fixed nitrogen. And making of ammonia and the derived fertilizers made it possible for the same land to produce 5 to 10 times more food, and that is why we all survive today. Had it not been for the duo of Fritz Haber and Karl Bosch, the world would have insufficient food. But that development remained in the Western world because we were being ruled by the British at that time. And still in 1960, when we had consecutive 3 years of drought, we once again had a famine, and dire situation in my parents' generation was that we had to be dependent on food aid from United States through the PL 480 wheat which was supplied to the animals in the United States, unfit for human consumption in the United States, was supplied to India as food for survival. What an ignominy. But at that point of time, few people did something in response to the Prime Minister's call at that time, which I will mention shortly. The Prime Minister's call was that if Indians don't eat wheat or rice for 1 day per week, the food grains will be sufficient. And many people started in the country a fast, which was known as Shastri Somvar. Lal Bahadur Shastri was the Prime Minister then. And within years after that, the country started IFCO, CRIPCO, RCF, whatever you can name, all those fertilizer companies. And the people I was mentioning who took the oath at that time, they said that we will not stop this Shastri Somvar just when the famine is over, but we will stop it only when a day comes that India gives food aid to the United States. Now think of a time when we were dependent on that kind of food, and somebody saying this. Come 2005, Katrina, not the actress, the storm, hit the United States, and the southern parts of the country were inundated with water, and they had shortage of food. Some of the Indian ships carrying food were available close by, and India offered food aid to United States, which was gladly accepted. And some of those people in their 70s and 80s held a public function announcing that we are now stopping our Shastri Somvar. Now that situation was possible because of what happened in 60s with what we learn in school with 2 words, Green Revolution. And today, India is either the first or second producer of wheat as well as rice, largest producer of jute, largest producer of peanuts, although we don't export peanuts for various reasons, and so many other. Pulses, for example, we are at the top of the world. Sugar, many times, even Brazil is a competitor for us, but we do export. That situation happened only because of the scientists' dedication, and definitely it was not just chemistry or chemical engineers would have been able to do that, mind you. Came together for joint work, as Dr. Sinha mentioned, to produce all that is required for supply food to us. Does it mean that India has always been lagging 50 years and later on we do it what the world has done? No. Let me give you another example. In 1960s, India started our nuclear program. We know about Homi Bhabha and Homi Setna and other people who started that program, and it culminated in 1972, India exploding a nuclear bomb. A nuclear device was exploded in Pokhran, and all the countries which were helping India in development at that time, they declared that India can now make a nuclear bomb, and therefore will stop any help to India regarding nuclear materials. All the nuclear energy that we were talking about, making nuclear power plants, it came to a standstill, primarily because there was one material required to slow down the neutrons as they come from that fission, namely heavy water. Now heavy water is part of this water, drinking water itself, but the concentration is 140 parts per million. 7,000-fold purification is required. And this purification is done by distillation based on the property difference between molecules, and hydrogen and deuterium being isotopes, the property difference is negligible. No wonder India did not have the technology of making that heavy water, and all our nuclear power plants came to a standstill. Then India decided that the heavy water board was formed, and they were given the task that we have to somehow make heavy water in India. Within years, they started making heavy water. Not only that, they found that there are certain reactions, mainly where once again ammonia comes in, where the hydrogen has a slight preference over deuterium, and deuterium concentrates in the recycled hydrogen. And based on that, they develop a technology where instead of starting from 140 parts per million, maybe 1000 or 2000 parts per million, and then 7 to 10-fold reduction in the cost of making heavy water. By 80s or early 90s, India became self-sufficient in heavy water. Today, India is the largest exporter of heavy water to the world. There are many stories where India was denied something by the world and Indians stood up to the challenge. Another example from your field, Cray computer was denied to India as a supercomputer. Indians developed Param supercomputer which could beat Cray in few years. Today, in fact, the situation is the world is little worried of denying anything to India. Because if you deny something to India, we'll make it better than that. Our Chandrayaan reached in much less expense than any other country. Our Mangalyaan is successful. We are also going to the sun. So talk about space research, talk about food research, talk about any other research. India is no less than any other country today. In the world of computers, which many of you are dealing with, India was significantly behind. When the little computers that you hold in hand, which incidentally are more powerful than the computer aboard the Apollo 11 which went to the moon, those little smartphones, were made in Europe, and one tiny country was dominating the market, namely Finland. Nokia, Sony, Ericsson, these were from European countries, mainly Finland, and dominating. Computers, the way we use today, IBM was the giant. We used it. We are users of that today. We provide services, and of course, we are now good at it. But the next generation of that development is likely to be the quantum computing. And proud to say that in quantum technology, India isn't going to be buyers of the technology lagging behind the rest of the world. In my own institute, we have a dozen physicists working with quantum computing and quantum devices development, and we were maybe a step behind what's the best in the world. Why I'm mentioning these is especially for the young minds to know that whatever naysayers may tell you, your brain is capable. And we have to recognize what is special about the Indian brain. One capability which I have noticed while teaching in the United States as well as in India is our mathematical ability is considered way superior to most of the people in the world. Now what does that mean? Take a very simple example. If you go to a supermarket in the United States and pay $100 for buying something which is 83.45, without opening that computer and then deciding what change to give you back, they cannot do it. In India, I go to a roadside bhaji vendor and she will calculate very quickly half a kg of this, 250 grams of this, and at the end of it build in a discount, or if I am looking foolish enough, they will add something to it and they'll tell you a figure within seconds. What is that? It's the human mind, the Indian mind that is capable of that arithmetic. If that uneducated vendor can do that arithmetic, imagine what you educated minds can do if you put it to the right kind of application. So please don't lose that arithmetic skill that human mind has, because I have seen that in the classroom when I was teaching and I would give an example and then approximately quickly solve something, they would look at me as if I am doing some Indian rope-tic. And that's because we naturally do that. Our brain analog functioning is very quick. If that is the case, where it distinguishes us from many parts of the world, we have to hone that skill and make sure that when we say that we have the demographic advantage of having 30% under 30 people will be so large in population that we can supply the engineers to the world. We have to know what is our specialty and keep it alive, not lose it through use of tools when it can be avoided. So just a general message on that. It is also important to know that the pace of change from a few hundred years that I mentioned, it has always been rising. My generation could learn something, get a degree and have a 40 years career with it, not your generation. You are going to need a mid-career re-education or otherwise face completely being thrown out of the job. The life expectancy when India became independent was less than 50 years. Today it is more than 75 years. That means people at that time didn't really have to worry about retired life. Today, if you have a 20 years career, you have to think about next 60 years after that or 50 years after that, and you have to make sure that you keep yourself ready for what is required 20 years down the line. And every 10 or 20 years, be ready to re-educate yourself. That was not a need for my generation or earlier perhaps, but your generation is going to need that. It is a great pleasure to be here with you, and I am sure that all of you are going to have very exciting and rich, knowledgeful, stimulating 2 days through i-MACE and ICCUBEA. It is a pleasure to be with you and share a little bit of experience from my field as to what difference man can make and especially we Indians can make. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for inspiring the young minds and guiding us to think diversely. The blend of past and future transformation stories come reality was so beautifully explained. It was actually our pleasure to have you and hear from you, sir. Thank you. Can we have a huge applause to thank sir? Thank you, everyone. With this, we come to an end of an inaugural ceremony of the ICCUBEA and i-MACE 2024. On this note, I would like to invite Dr. Deepti Kurge, Technical Program Chair, to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. As we conclude the inaugural ceremony for the 8th IEEE International Conference on Computing, Communication, Control and Automation and 3rd International Conference on Innovation in Mechanical and Civil Engineering, I am privileged to deliver the vote of thanks. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Dr. Sunil Bhagwat, Director of Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, Pune. Your presence and insight have significantly enriched our event, sir. We also sincerely thank our guest of honor, Dr. Pradeep Kumar Sinha, sir, Founding Vice Chancellor and Director IIIT Raipur. Your support and involvement has been invaluable, sir. A special thank for our special guest, Dr. Amar Buchade, sir, Vice Chair, IEEE Pune Section. Your dedication to IEEE and valuable contribution to our conference is deeply appreciated, sir. We also thank Dr. Varsha Harpare, Vice Chair, IEEE SPS, for her unwinding and constant support. We are grateful to our esteemed trustees of Pimpri Chinchwad Education Trust, whose unwavering support and vision are integral part of institution's success. A profound appreciation goes to the esteemed leadership of PCCOE, Dr. Govind N. Kulkarni, Director PCCOE, Dr. N.B. Chopre, Deputy Director PCCOE, Dr. Roshni Raut, General Chair ICCUBEA 2024, Dr. Praveen Kare, General Chair i-MACE 2024. Your guidance and leadership have been instrumental in a successful organization of these conferences. I would also like to acknowledge the upcoming plenary session and express our gratitude to the distinguished speakers. Session 1, The Bigger the Better by Dr. Nilanjan Dey from Techno International New Town, Kolkata, scheduled at 2:35 p.m. today. Plenary Session 2, Social Media and Adolescence Mental Health in the Age of Misinformation by Dr. Bhaskaran Raman. Plenary Session 3, The Power of Data Storytelling by Mr. Mandar Bhatwarekar from TCS Pune. All our dignitaries and speakers and guests, we thank you all for your presence and making this event a memorable occasion. We look forward for the valuable discussions and insights that will emerge from the sessions ahead. Hope the conference will challenge and inspire you and result into new knowledge, collaboration and friendships. Wish you all a great time here at the conference over the next 2 days. Thank you everyone. Have a wonderful day.
We have some special announcements for presenters and attendees. To deliver, I would like to invite Dr. Avinash Pute, TPC ICCUBEA 2024.
Good morning all. Good morning, distinguished guests, respected dignitaries, participants, my colleague and dear my student. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 8th International Conference on Computing, Communication, Control and Automation, ICCUBEA 2024. As we gather here to share our knowledge, experiences and the innovations, it is crucial that we ensure the smooth and professional flow of our sessions. To that end, I would like to take a few moments to outline some important instructions for the presenters and the attendees. To our esteemed presenters, first, thank you for your valuable contributions to this conference. Your presentations are at the heart of what makes the ICCUBEA such a rich and rewarding experience. To ensure everything runs sufficiently, please remember some points. Be sure your presentation fits within the 15 minutes time frame, with 10 to 12 minutes presentations allocated for speaking and 3 to 5 minutes for question answering. Arrive at your sessions room at least 15 minutes before. It is essential to keep your presentation focused and within allotted time. Your ability to convey your key points concisely is as important as the content itself. After your presentation, be prepared for the questions from the audience. This is an excellent opportunity to clarify and expand your research or insights. To our attendees, your role is just as important. We are here to learn from each other. So I encourage you to actively participate in discussion. After each presentation, you are encouraged to ask the question, keep them brief and relevant, allowing the session to stay on the track and enabling as many voices as possible to heard. By this guideline, we can ensure the ICCUBEA 2024 is not just successful, but also a memorable and enriching experience for everyone who know. I wish all presenters all the best and encourage our attendees to make the most of this opportunity. The venue for the ICCUBEA 2024 is the building number 6, second and third floor, and the same for the i-MACE is 5th floor seminar hall. So thank you and look forward to exciting discoveries to lie ahead. Thank you. So I would like to conclude. This session is over now. So I request all presenter and attendees to go to your venue. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. All participants are requested to kindly be seated till the departure of our guest. All participants, please be seated. Thank you once again, all the dignitaries, for gracing the occasion. Thank you. Kindly be seated, all the participants. Participants are requested to please be seated.